Councilwoman Jermaine. Councilman Paplaskas.
Present.
Council Vice President Vargas. Councilman Ferry, Councilman Donegan, Councilman Campiano,
Present.
Council President Marino.
Present.
At this time, I would like to have a motion to approve of the minutes of June 5th, 2023 regular meetings.
So moved. Second.
Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilwoman Jermaine.
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
At this time, we are open to public comments in the chamber. If there anyone in the chamber would like to make a comment. There is no one in chamber. Is there anyone online who would like to make a comment?
I see no public comment.
Thank you. So at this time, we close public comment. I will ask to go to executive session upon of the claim committee pursuant Rhode Island General Law 42-46-5 sub A2 pertaining to prospective and actual litigation matters as listed on the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
So we do not have any matters continuing on May 1st. Now we're going on executive session. like to ask a motion to seal the minutes taken at the executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
At this time, I would like to make a motion to seal the minute.
So moved. Second.
Madam Clerk, please get the roll.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
So at this time, we have no other matter in the agenda. Would like a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Anyone in favor say aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.
All the July 3rd, I can't believe we're here on July 3rd, 2023 Safety Services Meeting to order. Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ferry,
Present.
Council Vice President Vargas, Councilwoman Jermaine,
Present.
Councilman Donegan, Councilman Campiano,
Present.
Council Paplaskas,
Present.
Council President Marino.
Present.
I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a roll.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes?
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up the meeting to public comment. If anybody has any public comment on any docketed items tonight, they can please step forward to the podium and you can have up to 4 minutes to speak. Is there anyone here in council chambers? We'll do council chambers first. Anybody here in council chambers would like to speak? Please state your name and address for the record.
How's that? George Marderosian. I'm sure Marderosian. I was born and raised in Cranston and moved back about 20 years ago. I reside on Bluff Avenue. My family, my wife and 2 children and I are regular customers at Boston Restaurant. And we are incredibly in favor of them having some light entertainment outside. They are responsible owners. The staff is kind. We go there because we feel safe when we're there and we're treated well. And I think this is exactly the type of thing that the city should support to keep business coming to Patuxent Village and not going to the other venues in other cities that offer such entertainment. I note that the new establishment next door recently opened its doors, and another Cranston resident and a longtime friend of mine was appearing there last week or 4 or 5 days ago. So it was my first time to go there. And it was really illustrative of the type of customers that go into Patuxent Village, even the ones who aren't local. It was a really nice little acoustic guitar performance, and the crowd was sane and light and fun and friendly, and it was a terrific evening. So I think I speak in favor of all my friends on Bluff Avenue who would support this. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in council chambers that would like to speak on any docketed item? Please step forward and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Mike Rizzo. I live at 29 Parkway Avenue in Cranston. And I'd like to voice my opinion and that of several of the neighbors I've not talked with. All of them, we are abutters to Basta, right across the parking lot from where the proposed outdoor music facility will take place. The neighbors I've spoken to, we only have issue with the outside music. The Blue Room and the indoor music is fine and the customers are fine. We've had several nights on weekends already this summer where there have been many people in the parking lots after 11 or 12 o'clock at night, not necessarily coming from Basta, but just they're noisy. They can be noisy. There are kids in the neighborhood, et cetera. But I think the noise level, I don't know anything about the proposal in terms of what hours they're proposing to have music, what days they're proposing to have music. But I think we want to register the concern. I don't know the owners personally. I've only been here for 5 years, but in the meantime, we do live across the street from there, and the music from inside is already very audible later at night. Not a complaint at all. It's fine right now. But I just want to be on the record that I've talked to maybe 7 or 8 people in the neighborhood, many people not around this weekend, but I'm sure that there would be more people who could have issue with it. And again, nothing against the customers. I've been at Basta many times myself. That's not a problem, but I'm very concerned about the hours proposed, whatever they may be and events that they may be having there. So I just want to register that concern for several of the neighbors that live right across the street from there, within 400 feet or so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Akil Madera, 36 Parkway Avenue in Cranston. Akil, A-Q-U-I-L, last name is M-E-D-E-I-R-A. And I also, my mother lives at 36 Parkway, which I own that house, as well as right across the street, 17 Cloverdale Road, where my family lives. When I have 3 young kids, and we love the Patuxent Village, and I'm here to support Basta. I think they're very responsible. Music has never been an issue. We don't hear much where we are. And also I support, because every time there's a new restaurant, it increases the value of the real estate. And I would like to support this all the way. So, thank you.
Hello, my name is Carolyn Bebo. I live at 30 Woodbury Road. Lived there for over 30 years. And BIBEAULT. And so we've lived there for 30 years, and for the most part, everything is fine. I also like Basta, they're fine. And sometimes it's not their fault. Like I admire even their consumers, but it's not their fault. Sometimes it might be the employees, or it's people who are there to, support Basta and eat there. But they're there sometimes up till 11, 12 o'clock at night. Everyone else is gone, but they make a lot of noise. When I had a child and I had to call to have them come, please take care of that, they came eventually. But then sometimes I have to take care of it myself. I just go over, please leave. You're very loud. And I live right there. I know other people who live one little step closer than me, but we don't know about the time factor. We don't know what time is closing, but also the noise. Parking is another issue. The people who live on Parkway and the people who live around where I live, Woodbury Road, they're still backing up with all the new things like Blue Moon and whatnot. That's okay. We're supporting most of the stuff, but they've already done enough. And we do hear the music from inside us, just like we hear it from Revolution, but they're usually closing or stopping their music at 5 in the afternoon, 6, whatever. So it just is something to concern ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Enrique Sanchez, Enrique Sanchez, Sanchez. I'm a state representative, House District 9 in Providence. I am here voicing a letter of encouragement and support for the Colombian Festival festivity that folks from 355 Dyer Street Avenue want to host at the end of the month. I think they have been an establishment there on Cranston. It's right on the border of my district. And I know they've been responsible folks there and doing stuff the right way and just voicing a letter of encouragement and supports, because they have been applying for this license, I believe. And this is also a good opportunity to bring diversity to that community. And this is a Colombian festival. Everything is safe in safe conditions. They want to apply for a stand there for to bring families as well. This is not going to be an adult party. Also, this will also be youth and families for them to come and celebrate. And so I just wanted to just stop by here and just offer my support. Thank you. Any questions? Sorry, go ahead.
Am I allowed to ask him a question now? You're speaking of the Red Lounge?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, John Mancini on behalf of the applicant for Basta. I just want to reserve my right to make the presentation at the time that it's going to be before the hearing. So I just want to reserve that opportunity.
Yes, you will.
To answer questions and concerns that some of the public may have.
Thank you. Anyone else in council chambers to make public comment on any docketed item? Anyone on Zoom?
I see no public comment.
Okay, at this time, I would like to close public comment. Next, I'd like to have a motion to take the docket out of order.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Next, I'd like to have a motion to take all matters concerning St. Mary's Feast Society that are on the docket tonight to vote, put them into a block.
Motion to approve as a block.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilman Campiano.
I will be recusing myself from any of the votes on St. Mary's. I sit on the Board of Trustees of St. Mary's Feast Society.
Okay. Right, so we're gonna vote now on taking all matters concerning St. Mary's Feast Society as a block. There's 5 items on the agenda. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on taking it as a block.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano. I'm sorry,
Recuse
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Okay, next, I'd like to have a motion to approve the block of all the items in reference to St. Mary's Feast Society that are on the docket.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? I do have some discussion, okay? I know the feast has been going on for 100 years or so, however it's been, okay? And it is a very important thing for Knightsville. It is a very important thing for the city. And I understand it is a very difficult event to pull off. However, being here at the 11th hour, like less than a week away from the feast beginning, I mean, the licenses are not approved. And if we were to not have this meeting tonight, I don't know what would have happened. So I'm putting it on record that the Feast Society needs to get this done as they always have in like March or April, in case there's a problem. Like we barely had a quorum tonight for the meeting. That could have been a problem. And the air conditioning could have broken the building and we wouldn't have a meeting tonight. So, I mean, I'm just putting it on record that we need the St. Mary's Feast Society to get this done in a timely manner and not at the 11th hour. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on approving all the items in the block.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Madam Clerk, please take note that Council Vice President Lamas Vargas is here now. Thank you. Okay, so that passed. Next, we have committee business matters carried over. I'd like to have a motion to continue all matters in reference to the Spot Bar and Grill that are on the agenda tonight to be continued until next month.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion on moving all matters concerning the Spot Bar and Grill to next month? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on continuing Spot Bar and Grill to next month.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council Vice President Vargas,
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Okay, next, I'd like to, there's no vote on the next item, the Edgewood Laundry discussion. I'd like to continue that to next month. Madam Clerk,
Motion to continue to next month.
we don't require a motion on that. It's not something we vote on. Just wanted to make a note that we're going to continue it to next month. Okay. Next, opening public hearings. We have new matters before the council. The first matter before the council is a boxing license, new CES Boxing, located at 848 Park Ave, Park Theater and Event Center. MMA, which means Mixed Martial Arts, July 29th, 2023, 5 to 10 p.m. And boxing September 2nd, 2023, 1 to 4 p.m. and 7 to 10 p.m. Is there anyone here from CES Boxing that would like to come up and explain to us exactly what's going to happen?
I want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July weekend. and I got to compliment you people all being here working tonight. We are we're,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
We need your
I'm
name.
sorry. Jim Birchfield Senior, Burchfield. You're welcome. Yeah, we're planning on doing 2 events at the Park Theater right around the corner. The first one being MMA and the second one being boxing. We're pretty excited about the July 29th event because we have one of Cranston's own, Gary Tiger Boletto, that lives right around the corner from the Park Theater, which will be fighting the main event. If there's any questions that anyone would like to ask, I'll be glad to answer them.
Okay, I'd like to have a motion to approve the license and a second so we can open up discussion.
Motion to approve?
Second for discussion.
Okay, any discussion or questions for the applicant? Councilwoman Jermaine?
Thank you. Last time we had this little trouble at the event that happened. So I would like to know if you have anything that has been in place to make sure that not happen.
Yes, that's a good question. We intend to get our security people working with the Cranston Police Department. Beside whatever the Cranston Police would like to have there, we would definitely, that was a domestic family situation, unfortunately. You know, in our 35 years of doing this, it's probably the second time we've had it, and both of them have been family quarrels. So we would work very, very closely with the Cranston Police, with the Park Theater, and our security. We have a A1 security company that will be working, showing a plan to the Cranston Police Department for their approval, and we will do everything to prevent anything from happening.
Yes, this is showing, I have to tell you that I have received a lot of praise for the last event you had. Families, friends that I didn't know that into boxing, and the children were so happy. So we always want them to be happy and be safe. And thank you.
And that's what we intend to do. Thank you so much.
Any other discussion? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on the license.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council Vice President Vargas.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right. Next, we have a public entertainment license new. First on that topic is the Night Owl Restaurant LLC DBA Basta on Broad. Is the applicant present tonight?
It is, Mr. Chairman.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Sure. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. John Mancini. I'm an attorney with offices at 56 Pine Street in Providence, Rhode Island, and I represent the applicant this evening, Night Owl Restaurant LLC, with its petition before the board requesting an outdoor entertainment license. Important to note that this establishment already has an existing entertainment license which operates indoor at 2195 Broad Street. Basta Restaurant, as you heard from some of those who testified or gave their comment earlier this evening, has been a staple in the Edgewood community in Patuxent Village, specifically having been there for over 30 years. This group, Night Owl, has operated the restaurant for over 11 years. During that course of time, if any of you have experienced Basta, you've seen some extensive renovations done both to the inside and the outside. One of the main focal point of the new restaurant, if you will, has been some of the additions done to the exterior, specifically to the rear of this building. The property for standards in Patuxent Village is quite large. It has an extensive amount of parking, which really alleviates concerns with regards to off-street parking. And as I noted, it has redone the exterior portion of the building, providing for an outdoor atmosphere and an outdoor opportunity to really take advantage of some of the summer evenings. And given post-pandemic issues, having what Basta offers is really exceptional because most people now wish to be outside. As you can see what's happened in some other communities, al fresco dining has become very common, very popular, and very sought after. And Basta wants to keep that tradition going forward. It wants to enhance the experience at this restaurant and needs to do so in order to compete with the restaurants that occupy at a similar standard, both in Providence and in East Greenwich and some of the waterfront facilities. And to do that, Basta is determined that it needs this outdoor license. And the outdoor license is not to bring in the type of entertainment that you would see across the street at the Park Theater. Rather, it's more of a subdued relative to restaurant dining that will be commonplace and comports well with the neighborhood and comports well with the restaurant. Now, Basta, as I said, has planned for this. Does it inside, has been doing it very successfully inside, and now seeks to take that experience outside. Some of the issues that you heard earlier were concerns with respect to noise, and that is essentially very important and something that Basta takes seriously. We do our own monitoring with regards to decibel sounds. As you know, the city has its own relevant noise ordinance that we would be obligated to comport with. Basta has operated in the last 30 years, 11 years under this operator, owned by the same owner for 30 years, without issue and without violation with respect to noise, nor has there ever been a claim that Basta has violated the decibel required measurement for that location. We intend to keep that. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I think that this restaurant has, by way of its prior operation and by way of its proposed operation, warranted the ability to have an outdoor license to complement the construction and development that it has done at that site and to compete competitively with other restaurants. For that reason, we have requested a license for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to be up to 11 p.m. That means that the license would be closed at 11 and Monday through Thursdays at 10 p.m. We are also amenable to a condition that provides that the applicant must comply with and meet all applicable city ordinances with regards to noises. We have to do it anyway, but if that's something that the committee feels would be a kind of an asterisk to this license, we don't have an opposition to that. Again, our goal is to comply with the standards and the requirements of the city. And should we not, then this committee has the proper mechanisms in place to ensure that there's compliance with all your regulations, which we will do. So with that, if there's any further questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And if there's anything more particular, I have the manager of the restaurant available here to also testify to any additional information that you would ask.
Just one note. This agenda does not read exactly what you said just now. It says Friday and Saturday, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. You said Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 12 to 11, and Monday through Thursday. So which is it?
So
we have to go by what's on the agenda.
Yeah, so our application, I believe, has Friday through Sunday, but I think it's handwritten, so the Sunday may have looked like a Saturday, SAT, but we'll go by with what you have recorded and advertised. So I'm fine with Friday and Saturday, 12 to 11, and Sunday through Thursday, 12 to 10.
Did you want to check the application, Madam Clerk?
Yes, the application states, I'm sorry, Friday and Saturday, 12 to 11, Sunday through Thursday, 12 to 10.
Okay, so we're gonna stick with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are there any questions? First, we need a motion to approve so we can open up discussion on this with the council. So do I have a motion to approve the license?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, any discussion or questions for the applicant from the council? I would ask maybe at this time, both of you go up to the podium, both the manager and if you want to state your name and address for the record, please.
Testify, have them sworn in if you need.
My name is Justin Braun, Braun, the Director of Operations for Night Owl Restaurant LLC,
Address?
14 Oak Ridge Lane, Westport, Massachusetts.
Okay, any questions from the council, from the committee? No questions? Council Vice President Vargas.
Thank you. Good evening to the both of you. Thank you for being here. As you may or may not know, I'm actually the council of Ward 1, of which where Boston is located, right in Edgewood. I have a few questions, but I'll start off with a comment just for everyone as well, my council colleagues, those watching and those present. I believe Boston came last year. I think it was last year before us, requesting a license for a private event, of which we kind of met halfway, and it worked out successfully. Without our requests, Boston actually came forward and provided reach out to the Cranston Police Department and paid out for the detail. I don't recall at all having any type of disruptive type of event that evening. I think it went smoothly. It went very well. There was, I think you had mentioned, and I think prior to my attendance this evening, I think there was someone who testified or provided their public hearing in terms of some concerns. Unfortunately, I wasn't here to listen to the full concerns, but I have to say that being a small business, being in Edgewood, competing with the other businesses, not just in Edgewood, but as well with other businesses throughout the entire state, small businesses are the backbones to our local economy. And at the very same time, I, as a councilwoman, also have to listen, and I think we all do, right, to our constituents and try to see what the best course of action is, particularly when we have a request such as a public entertainment license. The license that you are requesting, I believe your liquor license is till 12 a.m., correct? But you're only asking for this private entertainment to be on the outside back where the courtyard is, and potentially even on the upper deck, correct? Okay. And you're requesting this license, but it doesn't mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, that it's because you are planning, are you planning on having, I guess should be my question, on having an entertainment or a live band Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
No.
Okay.
Our goal was to incorporate some live entertainment, perhaps on the weekends in the summer. But I think it's important to recognize Boston is a restaurant first. We're looking to add some music as another layer to supplement what we offer there as the service, not to replace the service and start with music and allow people to have cocktails and food in addition to that. It's secondary to what our primary function is there.
Thank you. And the request is till 11 p.m. There was one complaint that came before us that I know of at least last year. I believe there was also that's possibly that same constituent might have been the person who also reached out during the time of that same event that took place last year where we actually granted the licensing. And we met halfway on there. You know, I have to say that I think like with any public entertainment licenses, if we are granting a license this evening and there is a problem, if there's any events that are taking place that we don't see right, that we get any complaints, we as a council can actually bring in the business owners for a show cause. If there happens to be a extremely loud music, particularly after 11 p.m. as well, or this gets out of hand, or if we get if I personally or any council members, if that's the way they're going to go as well, get a lot of complaints between that 9 to 11 p.m. time, I'm certainly going to reach out, and whether it's to you or to the owner as well. I support that local business like I support all of the other businesses, but I also have to keep in mind of the noise level, which I think was just mentioned earlier, that the decimal indoor is pretty much the same decimal as it rates on the outdoor. So I am going to actually be supporting this entertainment license this evening, with the understanding, and for those that are watching or here, that if this happens to get out of hand, there's a problem, which again, there hasn't been an issue in the past. I could, pick up the call. We can have a, civil conversation before bringing, you into show cause, or just bring the Night Owl Restaurant before us as well. And so that's where I am this evening. And I also had a question, which I think Councilmember Ferry just asked already. So for the record, it's Friday and Saturday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. and then Sunday through Thursday from 12 to 10 p.m.
That's correct.
That's correct? Okay, perfect. All right. If I have any other questions, I'll ask at a later time, but I'll allow any other council members to obviously ask if they have any.
Any other council members have any questions or comments for the applicant? Council President Marino.
Thank you. I just had a question with respect to the time being 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and the cutoff on more or less what's traditionally work nights being 10 p.m. Is there any adversity to changing the time to 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday and Sunday through Thursday to a 9 p.m.?
We would prefer not to, just with the normal times of some of the private events that we do host. It's not something that we do on a regular basis. It's not every night, but on those occasions, we would like to have the latitude to be able to offer that. The primary times of our entertainment is typically earlier in the evening, but we didn't want to restrict it in case there are some events that do go a little bit later.
Is my only, the only reason why I mentioned that is because I anticipate it's going to be more or less the outdoor entertainment that would be an issue. And on a weeknight and a weekend, the 11 p.m. and the 10 p.m. may be a bit much for the residents, particularly because there's a lingering effect. Is there any adversity to restricting the outdoor entertainment only to that 1 hour less?
There would be, only because I think that there isn't a basis for turning back that clock. I mean, as you know, in the summertime, it gets late till 8:30, 9 o'clock. Most people go out later than they normally do during the fall and the winter. I mean, this is really going to be utilized in the months of July and August, not as much in September and October and going forward. And unless there's a provocation or an issue that arises, this board always has the mechanism, as the Councilman Vargas said, to bring us in for show cause. And at that time, you can adjust appropriately depending on what violation exists. But there hasn't been a violation. It's like penalizing us for speeding when we haven't sped yet. And as I said initially, this has been an operation with a very good record, and that record warrants it the opportunity to emphasize what it's trying to do and to promote it going forward. So I think for those 2 months, for July and August, it's important for us to maintain that extra hour. And if there's an issue, we don't expect there to be. As I indicated previously, we're monitoring decibel. We're doing what we need to do to ensure that there isn't going to be an issue, but if there is, then that's something that can be addressed at that point. But again, we don't suspect there will be, because we've put in place protocols that we think are going to avoid that type of concern.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes.
Yep, thank you. The reason why I asked the question is because it never hurts to ask, and it would be, a willing, just see if there's a willingness where it would not be adverse to the business and it would satisfy residents going forward. It's not something that I think anybody sitting here views as a penalty to the business, particularly when it was just a question posed. So I will defer to Council Vice President Vargas. It's her ward, and I'm confident that if there's an issue with the residents, we'll be sure to hear about it, and Council Vice President will bring that before us. So I appreciate that. And, and let me be very clear, I echo the sentiments of Council Vice President Vargas that small business is essential to our community, particularly Patuxent Village is a great asset to the city and your establishment in particular as well. So thank you.
And if I may add, I don't view it as a penalty. I think your question's a good one, but note from the applicant's perspective, what we've asked for is the least relief we want. So we didn't try to ask for more in hopes that we would get cut back. We asked for what we believe is necessary and appropriate for the time frame in which we want to utilize it. So, but understood your question and a good question. And if we could do it, this applicant is such, and it is such a compliment to the community that it would do what it could to ensure that it keeps that reputation.
Councilman Campopiano.
Thank you, Chairman Ferry. I am in support of this license. The only thing that concerns me is one of the constituents pointed out the lingering portion. Will you be able to address people lingering after 11 o'clock and going on further than that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had our entertainment license for nearly 10 years now for the indoor entertainment. And on the nights that we've experienced that, I don't think that we've encountered that. I think, and I'm not trying to point fingers at any neighbors or anything, but a lot of the lingering, the later night crowd is not from Bethela. I'm sorry, from Basta restaurant. You know, we have neighbors that have entertainment that are much later than ours. And after we've closed up the building and left, there's still people in the neighborhood from those locations. So I don't think that lingering has been a demonstrated concern of ours in the past. And we're just gonna do our best to stay on top of it in the future. I think, you know, the entertainment that we're gonna offer is an accompaniment. It's not, as I mentioned before, it's not the main show. So hopefully people can enjoy the atmosphere with the music and part. When the music ends, they wrap up their meals or their desserts, and that's the end of the evening.
Anyone else have any discussion or questions? Okay, I do. I was basically going to ask almost the same exact question as Councilman Campopiano, because I heard that concern, and I know that you're going to stop the music at 11 o'clock. And let's say it was a night where you were really crowded and real good entertainment and people did a little extra drinking that night. And at 11 o'clock, they're not going to want to leave. So are you assuring us that you're going to monitor this and ask the people to either quiet down or go inside or leave? Because that could become a problem. I like to go out and I like to have a couple of cocktails and who wants to go home at 11 o'clock when you're having a good time? So as Council President Marino said, we're not going to ask you right now to shorten your hours, but it's kind of like I'm thinking we need to put you on a little bit of a tight leash if we agree to this, because if we get the calls, then you're going to get the call. And none of us want that call. So, I mean, the lingering thing is the thing that stood out the most in my mind without asking you to cut the hours.
That's a great question. And just so the record's clear, I'm usually in bed by 10, so you're not going to find me lingering in the parking lot, but I'm sure others will be. And that goes to Councilwoman Marino's question about rolling back the hours. So we're open, they're open till midnight. And so we're closing at 11 with the entertainment, giving that extra hour to essentially usher people out, wind it down, and close the establishment by midnight. So we think that extra hour is going to be satisfactory to ensure that the lingering doesn't happen. Be mindful also that this is a high-tech establishment. If you've been there, you've seen the renovations that have been done. There are cameras inside and there are cameras outside. There's monitoring that is being done from well-trained staff to ensure that there aren't issues. And if there are issues, then this staff is savvy enough to call the police and to address the issue before it turns into a problem and before it goes beyond midnight. So your comment and Mr. Chairman and the rest of the members of the council is heeded and heard by this applicant with regards to ensuring that it runs an operation that is not going to end up back here on a show cause hearing.
Okay, Council Vice President.
Thank you. Through the chair, so just question as I'm hearing out the council members and the possible concern of the lingering. Would you be open to then, I think Council President Marine already kind of asked this question already. I'm more so focused particularly on the Sunday through Thursday, and I think you're closed on Monday and Tuesday, correct? So it's really just like Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm thinking of at least bringing the Sunday through Thursday till 9 and leaving the Friday and Saturday as is. Just as a compromise, if that's the case. And if there's no problems or nothing like that, I'd hate to really, I'm mindful of everyone's time, but then maybe in the future come back and say, what if we increase that? Can't promise that, it would pass, but I'm just wondering, would you be open at all to that 9 o'clock that Sunday through Thursday from 12 PM till 9 versus 10, just to kind of go based on what the other council colleagues are kind of concerned about?
Right, not to make everything overly complicated, but would there be a possibility to say, certainly for Sunday, Wednesday, but leave Thursday at the 10 o'clock just for the time being? With the understanding, of course, as I mentioned, we are not looking to become a bar in Patuxent Village and have large bands playing, and, guests drinking all night. It's an accompaniment. It really is primarily our entertainment has historically and will continue to be 6:30 to 9:30 on most evenings. That's kind of our prime dining time. We're offering it as something to supplement that dining experience. We have talked about some social events that are very low key, perhaps getting string instruments in for background music, jazz on Sundays, those types of things that are lighter music, again, to offer atmosphere to the events. Thursday is just an opportunity to kind of add a little bit more of the business to the weekend for us without going very late. I mean, I don't think 10 o'clock with that type of music, again, I'm not talking about large bands. We're not blasting through the neighborhood. We've always been respectful of the village and the neighbors, and we have every intention of continuing to do that. Just adding a little bit of another layer kind of to our services.
Justin, I would definitely be open to the idea. I don't have a problem. And then started off with the Sunday and Wednesday. You are closed on Monday and Tuesday. So
Yeah.
Sunday and Wednesday till 9, and then leaving the Thursday hours from 12 to 10, and the Friday and Saturday all is noted from 12 to 11. Again, with the understanding of the laws, if there was ever a need, and I don't that, but if I just the record.
Of course, and that goes for any details.
I think I have to motion that, right? All right, so I think there was a motion to approve. Do we have to withdraw that one? And then
Yes. Who made the motion?
I made the motion, so I'm gonna withdraw my motion.
Okay.
Resubmit a motion, and that is going to be for the public entertainment license of Night Owl Restaurant LLC doing business as Basta on Broad Street, to have it, the entertainment license be Fridays and Saturdays from 12 PM to 11 PM, and Sunday through Wednesday from 12 PM to 9 PM. Sorry, Sunday through Wednesday, yes, from 12 PM to 9 PM, and then Thursdays from 12 to 9 PM. 12 PM to 10, sorry, 12 PM to 10, yes.
Before we make a motion for that, you said that your primary things that you do during the week are 6:30 to 9:30. Would you consider giving them 9:30?
Let's do 9:30.
Okay.
Oh, you said 6:30 to 9:30 is when your primary events are.
No, I'm just trying to work with you as best we can. I mean, that's what we do.
All right.
Would be then, just to double check, would be on Sunday through Wednesday?
Correct.
Yes.
So here's the deal, Neil, on that. I think, I know, I'd love to say yes at 9:30, but because we've compromised it to 9, and then
But if he could have a
saying-
special party, wants to take the place on a Tuesday that he's normally closed, and if he wants to have an event on a Tuesday, then he can't have it till 9:30. He can't have the entertainment till 9:30. I'm just thinking,
Yes, as stated, that would be the case. You have to come in for a special license for that event.
even if it was on a Monday as well, though,
Correct.
yeah. So you're saying, Councilman Ferry, can you?
that
just
we would
repeat
do
it again?
Sunday through Wednesday till 9:30. And then Thursday till 10 and Friday and Saturday till 11.
The same hours. I have no objection on that. That's fine. I mean, 30 minutes, I know. Again, I just want to make sure it's 9:30. It's on a, it is on a Sunday. I just want to be mindful about that. That's why Sunday, I was really, I'm saying I have no objection, but then at the same time, I'm just thinking of just 9 o'clock only so for the folks that are, you know, have to be.
A lot of Monday holidays that 9:30 on a Sunday is not late. That's how I look at it. I'm sorry.
Well, now that you actually even brought that up, not to linger and add, it's almost like peeling an onion. But in the city, and for my own educational purpose, if a Sunday, if there is a holiday the following day, could we add any stipulations, conditions on this? In terms of if it's a Sunday, the day before the holiday, we can then go, we can then go to 10 o'clock actually. And if it was on a non-holiday, then it would be set to the hours that we actually have requested. So I would meet you, Councilmember Ferry, halfway and say that if it's a Sunday before the holiday, then it actually goes, you know, to that 10, I'd say to 11 o'clock, right?
Okay.
But if it's any other day, it goes to 9 p.m.
I'll agree to that. I'm good with that.
Okay. Now you have to tell the clerk exactly what the hours
drawing.
are.
So repeat the motion then. Friday and Saturday, it would operate between 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday through Wednesday, it would be from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Thursdays, it would be between 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. With the exception of a Sunday before a holiday, it would operate between 12 p.m. to 11 p.m.
That's correct.
That's my motion.
Second.
We have a second? All right. Any discussion on the amended? No discussion? Oh, you do? I'm sorry. Councilwoman Jermaine.
Just one thing I want to, the clarification is that what is the normally the hour of operation? It's like, wasn't it 9:30 for normally that's where you operate?
Our normal hours of operation,
Yeah,
it varies throughout the week. I mean, we're open 4:30 for most nights that we're open for dinner service. And we don't really list a closing time because it really depends on the level of business for us. We take reservations up till 9:30 or 10 o'clock. But if parties are still there, we will remain open for them.
okay,
It's
so,
pretty standard for a lot of restaurant services.
so my question, like, if we have this, would we be in violation after that? If you have something to go, you have like a party, a wedding, and if the way we put this now is not gonna be in a violation, that's just curious.
As long as our entertainment is ended by 11 o'clock on a weekend, then we shouldn't be in violation of any of the discussion we've had. And our liquor license permits us to serve beyond that if need be.
Okay. Madam Clerk, please take a vote on the amended entertainment license for Night Owl Restaurant.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes,
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council Vice President Vargas,
Yes.
Council President Reno.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to come and linger. Okay, next we have Red Lounge located at 355 Dyer Avenue. Is the applicant here? Please state your name, address for the record, and just give us a quick summary of exactly what it is you intend to do here.
Hi, my name is Jorge Delgadillo. Jorge Delgadillo. Delgadillo. Oh, address is 158 Farmington Ave, Cranston. So what we're trying to do is an event from 3 to 8 on July 22nd, and we just need the entertainment license for that day. That's it. We're gonna have vendors, little business coming in our parking lot, and they're gonna just do their thing right there. And we also wanna have music outside. Just for that, July 22nd.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the license so we can open up discussion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Okay, discussion or questions from the committee? Oh, Councilman Paplaskas, sorry.
Thank you, Chair. Just had a question. Nice to see you guys. I know there was an issue years ago, back in 2016, when I first got on the council. I haven't seen you since, so great job with everything regarding that after that point. Do you know if the police are requiring any police details for that event?
Actually, I talked to the captain, I think it was, and he told me it's all on your hand to you. If you guys want police right there, like we have to require them, but it's all on you. It's all in your hands, you know.
Okay, and I assume there's a security plan. You're working on the same plan that
we're gonna have
you
security.
gave us back in 2016 or 2017.
Yeah, we're still with the same company.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you. No more
All right.
questions, Chair.
Council President.
Sure. Approximately how many people are you anticipating?
You never know, it could be 50, 70, but they go, they stay and they go, they stay and they, you know, it's just, we're doing it for the business, for the small business, they're trying to come and, you know, sell their stuff in there. Because that parking, we have a big parking lot, so that could feel like at least 50 people outside.
Indoors, what's the limit?
140. 140.
Any other questions from the committee? Council Vice President?
Yes, good evening, gentlemen. Question for you. So the indoor-outdoor entertainment is only for July 22nd?
No, the outdoor entertainment. We already have the indoor.
Have the indoor, the outdoor.
Yeah,
Second, can you
Yeah.
explain or give me some background exactly as what's happening that day?
well, we're gonna have music. We're gonna we'll open the kitchen for people, like they're gonna come and enjoy the party today, and then we might have a DJ playing from 3 to 5 or 3 to 8, and then that's it.
But are you celebrating anything?
Oh, the Columbia Festival, yeah.
Okay, I think
yeah,
that's what you forgot to
yeah.
say. Okay. All right, so you are applying outdoor entertainment license. When there's an outdoor entertainment license and it's in your private property, I believe you're able to serve alcohol, correct?
Yeah.
On the outdoor part of it. Okay, that's fine. And then just to echo what the Council President Marino had asked in terms of parking, are we working with any other businesses nearby just for parking? Or like, I just want to be mindful of, it's a residential area as well. People blocking people's, driveways, things along those lines. And then, the council members get phone calls, ask from particularly the police department.
Yeah.
And so I just want to make sure that there is a plan in place for that. That's.
Yeah, there's, we also have half of the parking, we're just gonna use half of it,
Okay.
and then the other half for the customers to come in.
Okay,
Yeah, and also we have there's another business behind us, so.
Yep.
There's a thing on mechanic, right? So they have a parking lot right there. They don't mind if we use it.
okay. I want to, I'm fine with this, given the fact that I think Councilman Paplaskas just mentioned that there hasn't been any problems at all in this establishment. My only stipulation on this is that I hope that there's some vallenato and some cumbia playing
all
as a
the time.
Colombian American myself. And so have no problem supporting this with knowing all the information you provided. So thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question for you. So you're coming down Dyer Avenue, take a left onto Farmington. You're right at that corner, correct? So I drive by there a few times a week, and your business is pretty much fenced in, correct? So a concern of mine would be that if you get more people than you anticipated, how you're going to stop them from like overflowing onto the street? That, in my eyes, that could become a problem if you get extra people. Now, your fenced in area is full, and it is a pretty big area. I did notice that. As a matter of fact, I looked today, you have some nice tarps and tents hanging up. So you have to be very concerned if you get a bigger crowd than you thought, if it starts overflowing onto the street, that could be potentially a problem. So I just want you to, be concerned about that and have a plan in place that if in fact your crowd grows to a larger size, you have to be able to stay within, you can't have people overflowing onto the street, crowding the street, causing trouble, making a lot of noise outside, that type of thing. So
I can address that concern. Yep. Victor Delgadillo, same spelling as his, same address as well, 158 Farmington Ave. So the plan is that we're gonna have the entrance and exit through the front. So there would be no access to the street from the back. We will have security in place to prevent people from going out of there. So if they wanted to exit, they would have to exit from the front entrance. And that's basically our plan. We're gonna have barriers to prevent people from cars from coming off the other side and then people going to the other side.
So that's not gonna be open to be able to go in and out from the side
Correct.
street.
So you
Okay,
have to come in through the front main entrance and exit from the main exit.
okay, thank you. Councilman Paplaskas.
Thank you, Chair. I would just have a question for Madam Clerk, if there are any notes from the traffic engineer. I know you mentioned barriers or any notes from the police department on the routing slip.
Yes, so part of the process for public entertainment, the applicant has to apply for a routing slip, which he goes to every department to have them sign off on with any recommendations. The colonel signed off, and part of his recommendation is 2 officers from 3 to 8 p.m. And also the traffic engineer's comments was applicant shall provide hard barriers between the event space and vehicle parking.
So you're all set with requesting the details and supplying the barriers? Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay. Madam Clerk, please take a vote on the license.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas.
Yes.
Council Vice President Vargas.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
Congratulations, good luck, and
Thank
be
you.
alert. Thank you. Next, public entertainment license is the Tabor Frankie VFW post located at 170 Randall Street. And I see that the applicant is not here in council chambers. Is the applicant of attending on Zoom? If you are, please raise your hand.
I do not see the applicant on Zoom.
If I may refer to council on how to proceed with this.
Completely in your discretion. I mean, we give people an opportunity to come in, to allow the committee to question them, to get more information. If you're comfortable not doing that, by all means, you can grant this. But if you're not, certainly within your discretion not to grant it. Completely up to you.
We need a motion to discuss this.
I will make a motion to continue this because this is a new matter before us and it's an indoor and outdoor entertainment. So
Second.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on continuing this? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on continuing this matter.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council Vice President Vargas.
Yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes.
If I may ask, Madam Clerk, will they be notified that the license did not get voted
Yes,
on?
we'll call them and send them a letter also.
Thank you very much. Next is a victualling license, new for Rainbow Water located at 2160 Broad Street. I see that there's no one here in council chambers from that establishment. Is there anybody on Zoom from that establishment? If so, please raise your hand.
I do not see the applicant on Zoom.
Councilwoman Vice President Vargas, would you like to weigh in on this, seeing that it's in your ward?
Yes, I could be totally wrong. I thought that there was a business for that same location that came before us not too long ago, and I thought that there was a no-show. I could be completely wrong on that. So I'd hate to assume. I have not, no one's reached out, that business owner on this. And so if we don't grant this victualizing license, I guess I would assume the clerk would also reach out to this, to the business owner, right, on Rainbow Water?
Madam Clerk, I'm assuming that all the paperwork, necessary paperwork is in order or wouldn't be here for a vote. Do you know the history of their application or anything you can tell us?
Yeah, just give me 1 second, just reading.
Take your time.
Yes, so Council Vice President Vargas, you're correct. They did apply back last year. They never picked up their license, so they came back again and we processed as a new. And they were told about the meeting tonight.
We approved this last year. They never picked up the license and they reapplied. And they're not here to,
Apparently they never opened. So the license expired in December.
I'd like to continue this actually, if possible, and maybe send a notice on there on this business if possible.
I mean, do we need to be sensitive to the fact that it is July 3rd and people are on vacation and maybe they just, well, they didn't notify you that they weren't going to be here, Madam Clerk?
No, we didn't have a message.
And when were they notified to be here?
The application was filed June 12th, so it would have been that day.
Yeah, I'd like to just, can we continue this for?
Motion to continue?
month, Please,
You can make a motion to
motion to
continue.
continue.
May I have a second?
Second,
Any discussion on continuing? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on continuing.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano.
Yes.
Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council Vice President Vargas,
Yes,
Council President Marino.
yes, and through the chair, just to be clear, both this item and the item before it is continued to next month's meeting, correct?
The Tabor Frankie VFW post and the victualling license for Rainbow Water are both being continued to next month. And the Madam Clerk will notify both businesses. So let's move along right here. And now we're going to license renewals, the remaining license renewals before the committee. I'd like to have a motion to take the remaining licenses as a block.
So moved?
Second.
Any discussion on the block, taking them as a block? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on taking them as a block.
Councilman Ferry.
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine.
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Paplaskas, Council Vice President Vargas,
yes.
Council President Marino.
Yes,
Okay, I'd like to have a motion to approve the block.
so moved?
Any discussion on approving the block? Madam Clerk, please take a vote on approving the block.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Vice President Vargas, Council Paplaskas, Council President Marino.
Yes,
Okay, next up, we have monthly schedules. Just for to note, Roads in the Patuxent and Historic Park Theater, I had a conversation with the people at Historic Park Theater today, ex-Councilman Brady. They did hand in a list on June 23rd or 24th. It did not make the agenda. Okay, we have copies here if anybody wants to see it. But the list did not contain the estimated crowd that's going to be at the events. And I addressed that with ex-councilperson Brady. And I understand his answer, but we're still going to come up with an estimate. He said, unlike a wedding, when people order food for 300 people and they know there's going to be 300 people there, his events sometimes they don't know how many people are going to be there until 2 or 3 days before the event, which I said, I fully understand because they try and sell out. That's their goal. So I said, in the future, we still need an estimate of some sort. Like I asked him about this boxing license that we approved today and they estimate 500 to 800 people. So It's going to require a detail upstairs, a detail downstairs, and 14 security people. So that's why we need a number from him, so we can monitor the details and monitor the security. And he promised that in the future, they will estimate to their best ability number for the amount. So this list here that Rose has, which you can have a copy of, does not have the estimated crowd, but we did discuss that, and in the future, it will be addressed. And there is nothing for the Cranston Stadium. There are a bunch of licenses on here that are issued administratively and approved by the state. We don't vote on those. Okay, we have no communications at this time, except for, I really didn't understand this. There's a victualling license on here, okay. If you click on it, it says Rapid Refill number 141 located at 136 Reservoir Avenue will now be doing business as Garrett's Family Market. I guess this is just for informational purposes only.
Yes, it's the same owner. They just changed the name of the business.
So please take note on the column 15, victualling license, that it's just a change of name. And we have no presentations. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you very much, everyone. Happy 4th of July.
Is Richard here? Is Richard here? So we're gonna start the Finance Committee committee meeting. It is Monday, July 3rd. Welcome to the Finance Committee meeting. Through the clerk, can you please take the roll call?
Councilman Donegan, Council Vice President Vargas,
Present.
Councilman Ferry,
Present.
Councilman Jermaine, Councilman Campiano. Yeah. Councilman Paplaskas,
Present.
Council President Reno.
Present.
Thank you. On to the approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the June 5th?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Roll, through the clerk, can you please take a roll call on that?
Council Vice President Vargas.
Yes.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Paplaskas. Yes. Council President Reno.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item is committee business matters carried over. This is from Council Member Donegan on the exploration of the liability policy for the city. Going to move this over to the city council July meeting that we have in a few weeks. Rose, and then the next item is Council Vice President on my own, which is an update on the comprehensive plan account. I'm also moving this to this month's July City Council meeting as well under council communication. Thank you. On to the next item. We have 2-23, wait, 1 second. Through the clerk, was the next item 2-23-07 continued for the August meeting?
I'm gonna ask for it to be continued.
Oh, okay, thank you. So next item is 2-23-07. It's the ordinance and amendment of Title III of the Code of the City of Cranston, 2005, entitled Revenue and Finance, Chapter 3.97.030, 15 years economic development, tax incentives program for property located at 661 Park Avenue and 271 Dorwick Avenue. Tax stabilization agreement sponsored by Councilman Ferry, co-sponsored by Councilwoman Renzulli, and this was continued for the last few months. It's being heard today.
I would like to have a motion to continue this
So moved.
Is that to August?
to the next, yeah, to the August finance meeting.
All right, I have a motion. Is there a second? Seconded, sorry. Through the clerk, can you please take the roll?
Council Vice President Vargas,
Yes.
Councilman Ferry,
Yes.
Councilman Campiano, Councilman Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Reno.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item is correspondence communication. I see none. We're moving now forward with public comments. Or is there? Doesn't look like there's anyone, but is there anyone here in the chambers that would like to comment on any docketed matters only? And can we check if there's anyone online that would like to comment on any docketed items, please?
I see no public comment.
Great, thank you so much. That being said, those and public comments, and we're moving on to new matters before the committee. Ordinance, there's none. Resolutions, none. Real estate tax abatement, there's none. Motor estate tax abatement, there's none. Tangible tax or abatement, there's none. Tax interest waivers approval. I have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? See none through the clerk. Can you please take the roll?
Council Vice President Vargas,
Yes.
Councilman Ferry.
Yes.
Councilwoman Jermaine, I'm sorry, Councilman Campiano,
Yes.
Council Paplaskas,
Yes.
Council President Reno.
Yes.
Thank you. Tax interest waivers denials, there are none. On to the next item. It's under Councilman Donegan. It was the update in the comprehensive plan. I'm going to continue this under council communication as well for the July City Council meeting. Madam Clerk. Thank you. Seeing there's no additional items on the agenda, is there a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.